Hey guys, what's up? It's Looney TNT. So today we're going to go over the patch notes for 7.1.5 for the Demon Hunter. Now there's a lot to go over in this, so I'm going to stick with the Havoc changes. If you guys are interested in your tanking spec, you guys can look at some of the changes here. But I'm going to, and I might skip over some of the Havoc changes, but I'm going to. There's so much, and there's so much to take in. And so there's still a lot that I'm trying to figure out, but I'm going to give you guys my first impressions of this pretty much. So, this is pretty much with all classes. Your critical strike increases the chance of your critical strike by 5% passively instead of 10 now. But let's go ahead and check out some talents now. So let's go ahead and go into the first one, which is going to be, let's do this guy right here. All right, so, and some of these won't pop up on the screen like this just because I'm trying to read all these from MMO Champions. So make sure to go check those guys out. They always give some great information. So shout out to them. Make sure you go check them out. So let's go ahead and see what this does. So what this does is all they're pretty much adding is you're gaining fury off it. So what I-beam does is it grants it generates 35 fury every second, which is like amazing. That's too much, right? It's gonna be like over after you're done with it. It's just gonna be boom, your full your fury bar is gonna be cool, which is cool because this talent was just I hated. The reason I hate using I-beam is because when I use I-beam, I have just a period where I couldn't do anything. I'm just like waiting, like, come on, can I do something? So now that I can actually have full fury, which I think this should be in the spell anyway, when using I-beam, gain like a bunch of fury, because I don't like using I-beam without having fury at the end. So this is a pretty interesting deal here. I like that. Will I use it? I don't know. So let's go ahead and go into Chaos Cleave next. This is cool, and this has actually been changed. This is actually swapped with Fell Blades. So Bloodlet, it's still like the great choice, obviously, in that tier, but you're going to have a chance to hit all enemies with Chaos Strike for 25%. I don't think that's good enough. I really don't. And the reason I don't think that's good enough is because when I'm AoEing, I'm using my AoE spells. To use Chaos Strike as an AoE spell, I already have so many AoE spells. I don't need another one. And I have my third golden trait, which gives me a chance to do my Chaos Strike doing damage anyway to all targets. So I don't think that I'm going to be using that one. That's just my opinion on it. It is what it is. Scroll down here. Demon Blades got a little bit of a nerf, which we were probably all expecting. That's not Demon Blades. I'm on Demon Blades. There we go. Demon Blades got a little bit of a nerf. Not bad though. It's not killer. I don't think it's gonna make that much of a difference. So what it got? It got nerfed by 10%, which the more haste you're gonna get, the more of a chance that it's gonna work. So I don't think Demon Blades is gonna change too much, but I wish that wasn't nerfed because a lot of people play with that, and even though it's a boring thing to play with, it's still we have our class identity right now. We have our way we play. And Demon Blades fits in very well with the way we play. Like, a lot of players think, oh, Demon Hunter is so easy. And it is an easy class to play until you're trying to maintain your momentum buff for 60% uptime. And you're just zooming around, making sure you're not zooming into the wrong spot, jumping back, coming back in. It would be amazing just to stand there and DPS, right? Because it's so hard just to stand there. But I think they're kind of getting away with that, and you're gonna see some more changes and why I think they're getting away with that, away from that, and that's the way we play. It's a rework of the class completely, in my opinion. But there's a nerf there. On this one doesn't do anything. I don't know. You enter after you I beam, you enter demon form for 8 seconds, up from 5. I don't know. I don't know about that. Yeah, this one, it's, it has a 25, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Let's go into, okay. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so, this one, there's a lot of, blur stuff going on right now. So that's why I'm saying, like, this one. What it does, this spell is it gives you a 35% damage reduction, and it also it only triggers if blur is on cooldown. I don't know. Whatever. Fel Barrage, though, this one's cool. I like this one. I like this. This is actually a buff. And I love Fel Barrage. I like using this spell more than I do Chaos Blades. So to be able to give this a buff, I'm really excited about. It's a 50% buff from your attack power, which it's going to be a lot, I think. It's going to be really good. I can't wait to use this. This is going to be fantastic. So super excited about that change. Really excited about that change. Did I skip any? Fel Barrage. Okay, so let's go into this one here. I like this spell. I really do. I used this in the beginning, and I thought it was amazing. So what it does is it does a massive amount of damage. And they buffed it by 300%. Actually, 315%. That is going to be cool. What this does is it just hits you like a truck. And it does, it stuns you for 2 seconds. I want to test this out. I don't think I'll be using it necessarily, but I want to test it out. It is a huge damaging spell, and it's a fun spell, and that's why I want to use it. I don't think it's going to be my pick, obviously, but it's going to be amazing. Like, on bosses, like when I was under geared, I was critting over 1 million with this thing. So now that I'm geared, I really want to see what exactly I can do with it. That's cool. All right, here's the change though. Can I scroll down a little bit more? Oh well. All right, so Fel Blade. It is now in our 99 talent tree. Yeah, right? It replaced Chaos Blades. It replaced Chaos Cleave or whatever it is. This is going to be interesting because what it does is it generates Fury for us. And it's on a 15-second cooldown, and our so it says Demon's Bite, but your other choice too, it also has a chance to refresh the cooldown. So this is cool. It does a lot of damage and gives us Fury. I don't know. Do we choose this over our Fel Mastery? Because Fel Mastery gives us Fury, it buffs it by 30%. But this is going to give us Fury too. And this actually might give us more Fury because it will reset all the time. There's a decision to be made. I think they're changing the gameplay, and I'll explain with another talent in a minute. Let's go with First Blood. This is a big buff. I don't know. It's a buff. There's a lot of numbers here. You're pretty much going to have to test it out. I think it's going to be decent, though. I think it's going to be good. I liked using it before anyway, especially in PvP. So I think it's going to be decent. I like that. All right, here we go. This is why I think the gameplay is going to change. Nemesis. All right, here we go. It got a buff too. 5% buff. So with Nemesis and with Fellblade, will we change the way we play? Because this lasts 60 seconds. So we have 25% extra damage for 60 seconds. It's on a 2-minute cooldown. That is, we can keep it up 50% of the fight. That's not, well, you know, let's say 50%. I know there's a situation. Well, the fight ended, you know, okay. But 50% of the fight. And realistically, your goal for your momentum buff was 60% uptime. With this extra 5%, and with Fellblade, I think there's a new build here. I think this is going to change things up, and I think this could be the new way to go. And I like Nemesis. I like playing with this spell. This is going to be cool. I like this. So that's going to be very, very interesting. This one, okay. Okay. Whatever. You got nerfed. I didn't use you anyway. So it's just the way it was. Let's go to, whoa. Alright, here we go. Soul Rendering. Alright, so now it gave 70% leech rather than 100. Pfft, who cares, man? I do so much damage, it's going to heal me up anyway. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter there. Alright, so there's a lot of PvP talent changes and stuff like that. We're not going to worry about those too much. I'm not worried about it. Well, you guys check it out. Here we go. There we go. PvP. There we go. Also, here's a Havoc change. Havoc doesn't really do much. It's still the stupid darkness spell. And is darkness good? In situations, it's good if people are standing in the wrong spot and you're trying to save them from oozes exploding. You guys know what boss I'm talking about. So yes, it could be good. But is what it is. Alright guys, so what do you guys think about some of these changes? I'm sure there's tons of stuff I missed because I'm trying to go through it quick. But I think this is a gameplay change. I think we're going to play the class differently. Is that a good thing? Is it a bad thing? I don't know. I like the way I play. It's very unique. No other class plays that way. To just rush in and rush out and zoom in and zoom out. And some players don't like that. And that's okay. The biggest thing is I enjoyed that playstyle and it's kind of cool. That said, I would love just to stand there. I would love just to stand there and not put myself in a bad predicament and use Fell Rush to get out of things and avoid things rather than trying to maintain a DPS buff. Blur is another discussion. That's a lot. That's more complicated too. So, yeah, that's going to be a lot longer of a video because, you know, what we're doing with Blur right now is we're using it as a DPS a DPS like cooldown when it's supposed to be a defensive cooldown, and they're trying to switch that. I don't know. All right, guys. What do you guys think? Do you guys think you like the Nemesis Fellblade build? Is that pretty cool? I've actually played with that. So, seeing that they're actually buffing that, I'm a little excited to see what goes with it. But then I'm like, come on, guys. You know? Come on. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And like always, like, favorite, share, subscribe. Do what you need to do. Let me know. Do you like the changes? Do you don't like the changes? Most people aren't going to like them. But I think we have to look at what they're trying to build for us. Because, you know, it's going to change. And we can go in and we can test a PTR and we can complain. But I think a lot of these changes are still going to happen. So, it's what it is. Alright, guys. I'll talk to you guys soon.